Welcome to the Revenue Growth Fast Frame of the Week. I'm Matt Shares, the CEO of SBI. I'm here with my buddy Dave Peranich, who's the EVP of Sales for Palo Alto Networks. And as many of you know, Palo Alto is a global leader in preventing successful cyber attacks. This is a company that is on an unbelievable growth trajectory. Dave was kind enough to stop by and share a couple of minutes of his insights with me. So Dave, many leaders, many growth leaders that are running companies like you are, growing 25, 30% quarter over quarter, reaching massive scale, they get stuck because they hit these points where there is no sort of playbook. They feel like they're in uncharted territory. Here was the model that got me successful. I'm growing, I'm making money, things are well, everybody's patting me on the back, and uh-oh, new products are coming. Uh-oh, I got to think about new routes to market, new coverage models, new deployment from, traditional hardware to software, from, enterprise software to SaaS, et cetera. So you've seen it all from your time at Riverbed and Siebel and Oracle, now at Palo Alto. If you had 3 to 5s, do's and don'ts from the Dave Peranich world, what would those be?
So, the world is changing to cloud, as you said, and the implications of that are pretty stunning. And it really is happening primarily in North America first. North America really turned on and started moving enterprise workloads into the cloud about 18 months ago at a significant scale. And it's happening in other parts of the globe at different rates. The Nordics tend to be early starters. Australia tends to be early starters, and some of them tend to be very much in the tail end, and it will span out, right? But the dynamic that you need to think about is things are truly different, and customers are wrestling with the exact same challenges that we are. We're wrestling with how do you sell in this new environment. They're wrestling with, what does it mean to me? How do I do it? My CEO heard on the Wall Street Journal that I can get flexibility and agility. I want that, but what does that mean, right? And so they're wrestling with it. So you need to be ready. Point one is you need to be ready to help them, right? Case in point, we have the world's best next generation firewall. We also have a VM version of it that is the world's best next generation firewall for the cloud. You would think that would be an easy across for us to sell. It's challenging because the implications of how security is done in the cloud are very, very different. And it's different for AWS than it is for Azure, than it is for GCP. And organizations are wrestling with, how do I do this cloud thing? So you need to be ready to help them. You have to have the architects on board who understand those nuances and can help them with that, with an eye towards taking what the investments they've made in the enterprise and getting the leverage of those in the cloud, but also with understanding and appreciating the difference. So that's point number one. Point number two is, the person making the buying decision for that kind of business is quite often different, and they have different things that they're looking at, right? And so the way they want to buy is different, and they're looking for more assistance and more services associated with it. So the way that you approach this, whether it is on your own or with a partner, needs to have that in mind. And so you need to get out ahead of the curve and understand what are the services offerings that are going to get them to minimized risk and highest chance of success, and proactively develop those in conjunction with your partner network if you're going to use them, and shift that partner value in that acquisition more from what has traditionally been, for us, an enterprise hardware motion to a services motion around cloud and cloud integration and implementation. And that's going to be another big differentiator. And so, if you cover the customer pain points first, which is, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? How am I going to drive success? That's going to be your best path in.
Very good. As always, man, good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Everybody else, you got some tips from a guy who has seen it and done it all and is growing business at enviable scale. So, as always, I wish you good luck as you try and make your number.